Good day, tubes. Bruce here. Oh, we got another fun repair. I like these kind. Nothing that money can't cure, right? So I've got a little Briggs & Stratton residential type power washer. You've seen one of these before. I'll just get you to have a quick view and we'll come back to what's wrong. So there it is. There's millions of these around out there. But what happened was underneath, we'll just have a little look here. This is the high pressure output side, and it goes right into there like that. What happened was, on the hose part, there's no swivel, I think what happened, and he must have had some loops in the hose, and with a non-swiveling type hose, it can get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter on here, and it's wrecked the threads on the end of this piece. Can you see that right down underneath there like that? So if you can get one of these, go spend a few bucks and get the swivel on the even just on one end of the hose, and you might save this from happening. And of course, this isn't made out of the highest quality metal either, right? Like I call it a pot steel or something like that. So that's what's going on with this. So we need a new one of these, or we need to do something with this. So I've tried to improve the quality of my videos, but I'm just going to forget about that and just going to shoot them. So this is, which end is it? Yes, this is the end that got wrecked. So I went into here like that. So that's, well, that should be all right. Anyway. And then this tightens up on that, right? But we don't want to do that. Look at, he's taking a pair of channel locks or something to get this off. And then he's also buggered up the cross-threaded the threads just on the inside of this lip. So you guys know my motto, if it's broke, you can't break it. So that pump is somewhere between $90 and $150 US plus shipping to get it here. And the hose, well, I've paid $60 for them, and I've paid $100 for them, depending on the quality. The wand is okay. But let's just have a real close look at this fitting, we'll call it. And the first one, two, three, four anyway, threads are what I call buggered up, right? So I am going to cut these off with an angle grinder, right? And we might have to knock the shoulders off of this 11/16 or whatever this is size. And we're going to see if we can use this. Now, I had this from an old wreck, and this is the same end, right? And there's no, the fitted part of the fitting, whatever you want to call it, is further up the threads. So if I can even just grind this down, the end of the hose may thread on. I'm not talking about we have either ends of the seam, but this part that threads onto here might be able to extend past, might be able to extend past that collar. I hope you saw that. So in our new situation, the edges are going to be knocked off this. The threads are going to be gone off of here, and then hopefully we can thread the good portion onto here and see if it works. But anyway, by the time we're done today, this will be modified. So now I think my mission, should I decide to accept it, but it won't self-destruct in 5 seconds, is to just nip this off with an angle grinder about there, and go onto the bench grinder and put a nice bevel on it, just like it has, right? And we may have to knock this hex off the end. And it's already broke. So let's carry on. Can you see that? You smell that? So I'm not going to take a lot off of here, but I am going to take about there. Okay. That's perfect. Okay, there we are. Now we're going to deburr it and bevel it on the bench grinder, and we'll see if we can catch a thread with my good hose. So let's just go over to the bench grinder. Well, maybe we'll bring the bench grinder to us. Okay. First I'm going to Now I'm going to get a little round file and just take off the edges from the very inside of that. I'm just winging this, guys. Okay, let's just check that out with our fingers. Shouldn't be any rough edges or sharp edges there. Oh, that's good. Okay. So now with the, because this hose is already erect, right? Just a minute, I'm going to get rid of some of these filings. Let's see if this fits in here. So that thread's on, but we need it to go on a little further now, I think, eh? I'm going to have to go outside with the grinders. I don't know whether to use the bench grinder or whether I should use the angle grinders, but I think doing this motion, the bench grinders will work. Pardon me. Kind of like that, eh? Alright guys, this is what I did. I don't want to do it, but I just rolled this on here carefully without touching the threads, right? Like that. I just knocked that off there. So walk this way. Alright. Squirted it with a little water to bring the temperature down. Okay, collar. Modified threaded pipe. This is the good end of the hose. The other end is over here that got wrecked, right? Now, what it has to do is it has to seal right to the hilt, right? There. And then still have enough thread left over to pull what's left in. And if it doesn't seal, you'll be able to feel it bounce back and forth like that. Like, let's say if it was right there, you'd feel that in the connector if there was slack. Like that. So let's just give it a go. And if you look really close, there's just a half a thread left, which is great. And none of the brass is touching our grinded surface. And there's no slack. So I think that is a repaired Who's It. Don't know the name. Okay guys, I took this back even more. You can see there's almost a good 1/8 of an inch to 3/8 of an inch collar, you might say, on there now. And on 2 different hoses it works. Well, you guys know that I had to eventually do this because I'm digging out the threads with a screwdriver. It's not the first time, won't be the last. Okay, let's protect my hand a little bit better. So what I'm doing is I'm digging the threads out of this pathways here, and it's actually coming. There's one spot that's just a real sucker. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to keep doing this for an hour or so. See you later. Okay. We're going to give up on that. Don't do this at home, kids. You know, as carefully as you can, right? I think I can use the lip down here as a guide. Yep. Eye protection. Ear protection. It may not work. Oh. Might as well watch. Can you see that? Yes. This is very exciting. Good. Okay, now I'll take you outside. And now we're going to hook up this one. Okay. Are you ready?